Dile que tú no andas sola, que tú estás conmigo, que yo se te cuido, no comes idiota. Ah, ey, ey. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video from Gray House. I know I've been away for a while, but I have good reason. I finally launched my preface for my exclusive launch team, my executive launch team for the book Who Am I? You can go ahead and read more down in the description, but I'm super stoked, I'm super excited because I now have the domino effect of I have everything set up. I need more people to understand who they are, where do they want to be, and I've just kind of been really busy getting a lot of stuff done. But what I want to get into today is actually something that I experienced this week. So on Monday, I launched. On Monday, on Monday I launched my executive launch team Facebook group. I also sent out the preface, and before I did that, I think the funniest thing is that I was at LA Fitness on Monday. I was at LA Fitness on Monday, and it was very funny because I'm walking out, and I typically work out on the 7th Street in Fort Worth. So guys, if you're ever in the Fort Worth area and you catch me at the 7th Street LA Fitness, that's typically where I work out. I'm walking out, and it was so surreal in a way. I'm walking out, I see two guys talking to each other, and this one dude grabs my attention. He says, "Excuse me, sir." And then he goes into this rant. Now, I have one headphone in. I don't know if I have it here. Yeah, anyway. So I have one headphone in right here. And he starts talking, but because I could not process what he was talking about. I'm like, "Hey, dude, like, you caught my attention. How can I help you?" And I can't remember his name, just because he was going on his rant about his business and his rant about what he was trying to do within the next year. And what it came down to was that he wanted to launch a business for skaters. So he has this skating brand, and him and I just started talking, and the other person he was talking to or trying to promote his business to left. So for about 5-10 minutes, we're just talking, and the conversation revolved around, like, okay, who are you, why do you matter, and what are you trying to accomplish? And he says, I believe in this brand. I'm out here promoting in 7th Street. I'm also taking the bus to go to downtown Fort Worth at Sundance Square and promote it. And it boiled down to, when I was talking to them, he said this explicitly: "I want everybody to know this." I'm like, that is your first mistake. Not everybody cares about you or your brand. You need to find people who would relate to you so they can care about you. You build that community, their community builds bigger and bigger. And so he kind of sit there in awe, and I'm like, well, what do you mean? Well, if you're at 7th Street, there's a whole bunch of bars here, and it's a young crowd. Nobody's skating here. So you need to be around an area where there are skaters, people that could see or relate to your brand. And he's like, well, that's a good idea. Yeah, and not only that, I mean, do you have a blog? Do you have a YouTube channel? Do you have an Instagram? Oh, I don't have a video crew or a videographer or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, dude, you don't need that. You need a phone, and then you record your phone just like this, and then you download an app to switch whatever it is, and that's it. You don't put yourself into these bullshit excuses that I can't do this because I don't have this. If you truly believe in your brand, you're going to do whatever it takes to create the video, to give the content. You need to give content. You're promoting a business, and you don't really have a business. You're just promoting a brand. Everybody wants to promote a brand. I promote my brand, but my value that I give to you is this video, my blogs, my posts. I'm always going to give you something that's related to professional development. So it kind of circled back around to, he says, okay, well, this guy who's promoting the skating business asked me, he's like, what do you do? I'm like, well, I'm a consultant. I'm also a copywriter, and I'm now working to being an author and a public speaker, so I can leverage that, right? I'm writing my book, Who Am I? And I know exactly what I want to do. Right now, I'm in the process of setting myself dates. and setting myself more specific goals than I already have. And this week I need to do this, and this week I need to do this, and this week I need to accomplish this, X, Y, and Z. So, going from there, it was very funny because there was one sentence that, I had asked him, hey, did you go to college? He says, no, I can't afford it. It says, you don't need to do that. You don't need to go to college. Just subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions about marketing or sales or anything like that, just let me know, and then I'll put out that content for you. He says, okay, so essentially professional development, my brand, my channel, it's showing you what they would teach you in college, but in practicality. That's exactly what I'm going to teach you. I'm teaching you practical skills. I'm teaching you about management. I'm teaching you about leadership. I'm teaching you about marketing, sales, copywriting. I'm teaching you about everything that you could possibly know of that's related to business, right? And the funny thing is, he says, I love what you stand for. And just thinking right now, it's a surreal moment. I feel like a student again. I kind of feel like in this mode of always being a student. And just like that clicked. It clicked to the idea of you need to always be in student mode. When you are teaching, you are learning. And when you are learning, you are teaching. And just like that, I was able to find out, like, oh, I can find this content. Like, that sentence allowed me to deliver this video for you. So what I'm telling you is, I'm going to go back to what I experienced when I was in a factory. So you're also probably going to read this in my book, Who Am I? Because I'm in the editing process. When I was in a factory, or working in a factory 2 years ago, I can tell you that the people that I was working along with, they peaked. Like, they just, they were ex-cons, or maybe they just didn't have the grades to make it out, or if they were part-time, they went full-time, and they were just trying to make money to keep their head above water. And, they had the 401k, benefits, whatever. And I remember having this conversation with this man. This man, he was talking to another worker. I'm sitting down for my 30-minute lunch break, and he's talking about, maybe once I hit this 5-year mark and my 401k hits where I need it to be, maybe then, only then, can I finally be a team lead and have more time for my children and my wife. I can look at this guy. He looks like he hasn't slept in days. He looks tired. He looks worn out mentally, physically. When you're working in a factory, I can tell you, it wears you out. You become a robot. You do the same thing over and over again, and it is so depressing. And that moment, that's when it clicked. I'm like, I need to get out of here, and I need to get out of here now, because this factory was a shell that pretty much put me in this state of hypnosis where I did the same thing over and over again. 45-pound block of cheese, push it through a machine, unstack it, restack it, go dump out stuff. It was a living nightmare. And just like that, he peaked because he stopped reading. He stopped learning. He stopped applying what he learned. And when you stop learning, you stop growing. When you stop growing, you become stagnant. When you become stagnant, you start falling into this idea where the frequency levels in your brain, they start to lower and lower and lower, and you just become this like monotone robot where nothing else matters. You just know, go to work, go home, go to work, go home. That's it. And that is a routine. That factory that I worked for was a community literally on its own, that you would see the same people and all that stuff. I look back and I tell you this, going back from the conversation I had with this person this past Monday, it was something that, I would rather be poor, broke, homeless, still pursuing my dream, than be stuck, safe, and complacent, and I couldn't even understand who I was looking at in the mirror. So when I tell you this, in my book, Who Am I need you to understand, I need you to know your identity, know your ego, know your faults, know the painful truths, and know that even though you may feel lost right now, this book is going to be a catalyst to help you understand who you are, how to discover your purpose and get you to where you want to be. And that goes to always be in student mode. Always learn something new. Always ask questions. Be curious. The little kids that you see, the 5, 6, 7-year-olds that are always getting in trouble, they're always curious. They always want to see new things. They always want to experience new things. They always want to see what works and why it works and how it works. And they want to question you. Why? Always question everything. Don't be cynical. You can be skeptical, but don't be cynical. Like, you need to understand that your growth only goes as far as much as you can learn, apply what you learn, and ask questions on why things work that way. Anyway, guys, I hope this video kind of gave you a little bit insight on my book that I'm writing. I hope you can leave a comment down. Don't forget to leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And let me know if you feel a little bit lost right now, because that's only going to help me to help you to help you grow on a personal level. Going from there, guys, you already know where to find me. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Gray House Consult and at Gray House Co. Until next time, guys, stay tuned. Take care.